In a world where questions go unanswered, two heroes stand out above the rest. This October, he's got a flair for the dramatic, and she has a tendency to ramble. From the creators of What's Happening comes a podcast episode like no other. A special event featuring movie comparisons, tier rankings, and good old casual conversation. Get to the chorus.
Okay.
It's SMSoup, the movie. You were really like...
Dude, I panicked. You started talking, and I was like, oh no, I don't hear it.
Oh, I just realized...
We're not recording.
About me saying that you're going to have to... No, it'll still work, though.
What?
No, never mind. Anyway. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to SMSoup, the #1 podcast with soup in the name, but not on the brain. I am Spencer.
And I'm Shelby.
And together, we're here to bring you 100 minutes of entertainment for our 100th episode. Give it up for episode 100, everybody. Woo!
I feel like everyone just heard 100 minutes of entertainment and clicked to stop.
They were like, oh, that's why this is an hour
this
and
is
40
too
minutes.
many minutes.
This is too long for a podcast. Yeah, you're going to have to break this shit up over multiple drives.
It's literally called SMSoup, the movie. How do you take in a movie over multiple road trips?
Exactly.
Best listen to an audio only. You have to picture it.
Yeah.
You have to picture it, okay?
Yeah.
But if you want to watch the video, it's on YouTube.
So this is, I think, one of the greatest ideas that we've probably ever come up with in terms of like a bit or gimmick for an episode.
We've had this written down for months.
Yes. We've had it planned since we knew episode 100 was like going to become a reality. We had this written in pencil and then later pen.
Yeah.
And
now it's tattooed on us.
The gist is that this episode will be perfectly 100 minutes. It'll be 1 hour and 40 minutes. And the episode will stop.
That sounds so much worse.
It'll stop at 1 hour and 40 minutes. So it's like a little fun.
Yeah.
Can we get in everything that we want to get in within the hour and 40 minutes?
Knowing us, certainly not.
Probably not. Yeah, and so we have kind of like pieces of SMSoup, the first 100.
Yeah.
Kind of like wrapped up perfectly into this episode in a lot of ways. The only thing that I would say we're not doing is a deep dive.
Yeah, which I thought about, but it stressed me out thinking about having to shove something in on top of everything.
Yeah.
And that would have meant I had to research something. So
right.
The actual reason that we don't have something. Just to be clear.
Because you didn't research.
Because I didn't research.
Because we already knew I wasn't going to.
Yeah.
So we've got, we're going to do a little movie comparison. So if this happens to be the first episode of SMSoup that you're listening to.
I'm sorry.
Shelby and I regularly we do movie clubs. Every now and again, we'll do movie comparisons. We did a movie comparison. We watched Ghosted, right? And it was like one of the worst movies we've ever watched.
And then we watched Night and Day.
And so then we were like, okay, well, Night and Day was basically this movie, right?
Yeah.
And it was better. And so we did like a whole comparison there. And what didn't we do another movie comparison?
The Ashton Kutcher, Mila Kunis rom-coms that came out
no
in
strings
the same year.
no strings attached and Friends with Benefits.
Yeah, we compared those movies.
Compared those two. So we got a movie comparison that kind of wraps up like the fact that we do movie club, the fact that we honestly just love talking about movies, I would say.
I mean, to be fair, this podcast kind of started just talking about media because it was the pandemic and we had nothing else to do.
Yeah. Yeah, a little
kind
nod.
of really where we started.
A little nod to what's happening in the intro. I don't know if you heard it over your I feel like what Walking on Sunshine could have been a little bit louder.
You think?
Maybe.
I was really afraid that we were just going to be clashing.
But we were it was really hard.
I was watching the audio but that's why I had to close my ears because I knew if I heard you talking, I wasn't going to do it. I had to.
You actually did a really good job.
I panicked, dude. The fear that said it. If anyone was watching the video or isn't, go to the first 30 seconds and like you literally start talking and my eyes go big and I have to start picturing the tune.
Yeah, because I told Shelby when I say this October, you have to start like humming slash,
Yeah.
I don't know what you call that.
I don't
Instrumental lane,
Yeah.
Walking on Sunshine.
Yeah. Just set the tune for it. And all I could
You
hear.
did good. You did the ba 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 ba.
Yeah.
You got there.
Yeah, I got there. It was a bit of panic because
And then I didn't know how
when
to...
the first note came out, I thought, oh my God, am I really loud right now? Because
Well, yeah,
I
'cause you were
don't
doing
hear
this.
myself. Yeah. Yeah, but I just was like, okay, am I loud enough? But I'm watching the audio. It was stressful.
And then I also didn't know how to tell you that I wanted you to like...
Yeah, you didn't say you only wanted one verse.
Well, I didn't say that. I didn't tell you that like I want the chorus when I'm gonna say SMSoup the movie.
Yeah. No, that was good.
Anyway, so we're doing a movie comparison for our movie, and then we
Yeah.
are also I think we've only done tier ranking twice, but
Yeah.
it's something that we want to do more of.
Yeah.
So we're doing a tier ranking, a tier list, tier maker, whatever.
Yeah.
And we're doing it of every Tom Cruise film.
Yeah.
So again, this happens to be your first episode. We have managed to talk about Tom Cruise.
Probably like 16% of this whole podcast.
I would say on average, yeah, probably like
one out of every 5.
Yeah, 1 out of every 5, 1 out of every 4, maybe even.
We talk about Tom Cruise.
We talk about something that is Tom Cruise or Tom Cruise adjacent. So, and then again, we did tier rankings. Last year, we did tier ranking. Was it last year? It might have been 2 years ago at this point, actually.
Last year, when we had to pre-record a ton, we did tier ranking this 12 Days of Christmas.
We did tier ranking the 12 Days of Christmas, and we tier ranked Thanksgiving food.
Yeah. Were those the same year? I don't know.
I thought so, but I thought that was 2 years ago, to be honest.
I don't know.
It's been a while.
It's been a while.
So that's the plan. And then, of course, we're going to be doing some casual conversation before we get into the movie comparison. Obviously. We have to start with Shelby. How are you doing?
I'm good. I'd say the most stressful part of my day is over. I did it. I'm done. Now I can chill. I can relax.
Are you excited for episode 100? Are you excited that we've made it to a milestone?
Yeah, I'm very excited. I don't want to be like, I didn't think we'd get here, because it's just us. We just talking to a microphone. Like, what else are we doing? Nothing. There's very little coordination required. We just have to look at each other and go, oh shit, we got to record. Like, like all the people who like actually put work into it and like have to organize with someone they're not in the same household with, and they're like, wow, this could have really fallen apart. And it's like, it would have been even sadder if ours fell apart.
Well, I mean, what's happening did fall apart.
Because we have even less of an excuse. Oh, that was kind of our like season 1 finale, was what's happening.
Well, no, we've had a season's worth of SMSoup. 100 episodes is 104 episodes for a weekly podcast would be like 2 seasons. Years.
Yeah, I don't really think about it that way, but you're right.
Okay.
And as the person who inputs the information, I've never even denoted a season of any capacity. So
it's honestly really stressful to do that. I do it for GGBG, and I kind of wish I didn't.
I just don't care.
I just don't even know. I just don't even know if it matters.
It doesn't. I like acknowledging the number. Like, it's fun. Like 100. That's very satisfying.
Yeah.
Technically, again, we've done more than that because of what's happening. We did like 30 episodes of what's happening or something like that. We weren't a year of that, but
we also did that bi-weekly.
We did do that. I always forget we did that bi-weekly. Anyway.
So it should have been even easier. But in some ways, it was harder.
Because we're so bad at doing a schedule.
We've also talked about this.
Yeah, we have.
Ad nauseum.
Old news.
But
anyway.
We've managed to be more consistent with a weekly, which requires more of an effort. And I feel like we've both enjoyed it way more.
And it sits in our brains more, so we don't forget about
Right.
it. Right. But yeah, so I'm not going to sit here and be like, I never thought we'd make it to 100. Because that's not really what I'm feeling, but I am just like, wow, it's already been 100.
Yeah.
It's crazy. And it's just funny because I think it's pushed us. For a while there, we played around with making YouTube videos. We just kept dyeing each other's hair. We did that shit. And yeah, everyone and their mom is making a podcast and has made a podcast, and now it's kind of cringe.
Yeah.
But it's just fun.
It is.
Like, I don't care. I genuinely don't care if no one ever listens to this. It's just fun to do.
Mm-hmm.
The end.
I care a little bit.
I don't.
So it's one of those things where I was thinking about it, where I was like, this bit, like the whole like concept of 100-minute episode for episode 100.
Yeah.
That like it is going to cut. I cannot stress this enough.
Yeah. If
you are in for the ride and it's getting towards the end and you're like, how are they going to wrap this up? We aren't. It's just going to end.
Yeah.
I just think that's so fucking funny.
Yeah, I agree.
Like, and like, this has always been the case, and it's like such a shame. And like, this is just the reality of like trying to like create content in today's social climate of content creation, right?
Yeah.
It's like, I feel like having made my videos for YouTube, like for Basement Gamer, I like have felt like I've had some really good ideas of that. And maybe the execution wasn't like perfect. And then like I feel like with the stream, I've had like really good ideas, and like the payoff of those good ideas has been seen, and then sometimes they fall flat. And like then this like is like another thing where, because I will say that I feel like GGBG is like my least creative avenue.
Yeah.
Where it's like we're literally just talking about game stuff. Like,
yeah.
So it's
really
on what's
easy.
Happening. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like super easy to like just have like casual conversation about it.
Yeah.
And it's like every now and again, like we'll say stuff that's funny, but it's like,
right. You're not like trying to like do anything really entertaining.
Nothing revolutionary.
Yeah.
Not saying that we are here either, but I do feel like sometimes we have bits and stuff like that I'm like, this is so fucking funny, and it bothers me that like nobody's gonna see it.
I hear you.
It's those specific things.
Yeah.
The grand scheme, I'm totally with you. Where it's just like I don't care because I have fun doing this.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, that's the reason why I want to keep doing it.
Yeah.
But there are times where it's like, or like, again, thinking about like the stream and stuff, where it's like I'm doing this 100 platinum stream or 100 platinum challenge, and I'm just like, and like, it's not going to get really any recognition whatsoever. Yeah. And like there's a part of me that dies a little bit because of that, because fucking Ninja could have the same idea and it would be the craziest thing ever that anybody's ever done, and blah blah blah, you know what I mean, stuff like that.
Yeah, that's why I think I hear you and I agree with what you're saying. It can kind of, in like a really sad way, make you go like, what's the point? But I also like, and I know you are going to probably feel similarly, I also hate that mindset though.
Yeah.
Because it's like, well, then what's the point of doing anything? Like, what's the point of doing anything?
I guess I'm more
I hear what you're saying.
It's like,
yeah,
there's definitely an audience.
Yes, absolutely.
That would appreciate this.
But this is why, yes, and which sucks. Is disappointing. And you know they would enjoy it, and especially in the stream setting, like it's not like you're uploading VODs, and it's not like that it'd be even entertaining to upload the VODs after the fact. So like it's gone.
It's barely entertaining live.
So like it is in theory, it's like it's gone. Like you've missed it, it's over.
Yeah.
But
there's a reason we'll stream for 20
to 30 hours in a month.
30 hours in a month.
And
I'm talking just
in 15 minutes.
The platinum streams. So it would be like 20 hours a month, and can sum it up in all the best moments in
15 minutes.
30 minutes or less.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, which I mean, like that's fine.
But
on one hand, my marketing brain is like, this is why there's value behind like retry. Like you don't always need to reinvent the wheel. Mm-hmm. Like even if you yourself have already done it, like like just keep trying it. Like who the hell cares?
Right. So for
maybe something will work.
For episode 200, we're gonna do a 200
minute episode. Exactly.
That's real quick.
Dude,
that's 3 hours and 20 minutes. We are not doing that.
Why not?
Maybe we'll do we could do a stream.
That could be fun.
Maybe.
Would that really like make sense? I mean, yes, it would make sense, but I'm like, would that really like carry over? I'm not sure. But my marketing brain's like, just keep trying it. Who cares?
Yeah.
Like, just keep throwing shit at the wall.
100%.
Who cares? And also, I think that is the extra magical fun thing about like, if anyone is like, I just watch random people online, you know, the magic of finding smaller. I can barely even call us creators. I'm saying like actual small creators.
No, I
like,
hear you.
I love finding people on YouTube who have like low view counts, because it's like, ooh, what do you do? Like, what do you do? Like, I'm intrigued.
Yeah.
Like, you're over the same 10 people turning out, which I'm happy for their success, but like you're over them just like continuing to ride the algorithm. I don't know, like
Right.
I'm just bored. Like I'm
Yeah.
just like I love finding smaller creators
No,
who are just out
100%.
here trying something. That's where you actually find the good stuff.
Yeah, no, I mean, I literally like we've had episodes of this that have randomly just like popped off for us
Yeah.
standards.
Yeah.
Same with
low.
GGBG, where
Yeah.
it's just like randomly you hit at the right time, and like that's literally like the biggest problem is that there's just so much luck involved.
There
And
is.
if you know, when I convince myself of that and finally just say like it's fine, like there's luck involved, and like I just need to hope we get lucky and the right audience finds this episode. Like, you know what I mean? It's like it's like this episode. It's the it was What's Happening at the time, but like, did Tom Cruise die in this movie? Right? Like there is a set of people who should find that hilarious.
Yeah.
And then there are people who probably think it's the dumbest thing ever. And that's life.
Fine. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, like, you're right. There are definitely people who do just like look for like smaller creators or whatever. And yeah, that was definitely true because the like Mario video I did is like the best video I've ever had.
Yeah.
By like statistical standards. And I've posted how many videos on that channel and stuff, and the channel probably is like dead and everything, and yet I was still able to like pull in so many views. Literally a testament to like, you just keep trying and like
Just
something
keep
will
doing
hit.
it, yeah.
And then like you'll have like consistent success or you won't, and then you'll get another hit and that'll push you even further, or it'll boost you back up or whatever. So
Yeah.
But yeah, there are times where I go, I'm a little sad.
I'm not saying I don't like put work into something like a video or something and it goes out and it got maybe 15 views and I'm like, all right, cool. But also I'm like, but would I have changed my viewpoint on making it having known that in advance? No.
Right.
I still would have wanted to make it.
You made it because
I wanted to make it.
You wanted to make it.
Yeah.
You didn't make it because you're hoping
to
make $1 million off of it.
No.
100%. And that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm with you there. And it's like,
but I get it. It can feel defeating. It can feel like,
it's just when you have such a good idea.
Yeah, you're really excited about it and you want other people to be excited about it and receive it well. That's a completely normal reaction. You just saying that your Mario video is like your best video statistically. I love to just reflect upon the fact that I used to make fashion related videos. Like, I say used to, like literally 10 years ago. I'd say 8 to 10 years ago, I wanted to be like a fashion blogger so bad with my entire being. And so I used to make almost exclusively sewing videos, styling videos, hauls, etc. Yeah, oh my god, outfit of the day. I still love a good outfit of the day. Honestly, I want that to come back. It kind of does on TikTok. It's kind of a thing again on TikTok. Anyway, and there's this one video where I talked about these like weird shoes that I bought. They were on Dolls Kill, in case that gives anyone any context for like where I was shopping. And it's just a review of like 2 pairs of shoes that I bought. And that video is so old, so outdated.
And you still get like,
I still get comments like I will get comments on probably a monthly basis, bi-monthly basis, like, okay, but like, what's the shoe fit like? Like, people asking about the shoes, which maybe they're still for sale. I have no idea. It's really funny to think about, like, that's the shit I uploaded, and like now all I can do is yell about people to stop shopping. So that's really funny in context. But yeah, I still get comments about that, like, to this day. And that movie, Jesus, that video is so old.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not to mention some people will still critique it. And they'll be like, really rambly for like what you're actually talking about. And I'm like, wow, you don't know me in the slightest, friend.
Yeah.
Because that's exactly what I do. You silly goose. That's what I do. So anyway, it's just really funny to think about that from time to time. I like to reflect on that. Because it cracks. Well, every time I get a comment, I mean, I've stopped responding to all of them because if you're commenting on a video that is years and years and years old, you have to know there's like a 3% chance you get a response.
Yeah.
If you don't, you're crazy. I have nothing to give you at this point. So it just makes me laugh. I still have one of those pairs of shoes, but I'm probably going to sell them. So they did good.
You should make a video.
Why I'm getting rid of these shoes? Because it's been 10 years.
Stop commenting on
my video. Yeah, I should. Funny. Ooh, I'm going to drop everything.
One other thing I wanted to say before we get into
movie comparison.
Pretty funny that 100 is a very specific number this year. We're like doing this whole big thing for SMSoup.
Yeah.
And then also the 100 Platinums.
Yeah.
It's the year of the 100.
It's the year of the 100. I'm reading 100 books. No, I'm not. I'm at like 30.
That's still actually really impressive.
Thanks.
You've read 30 books?
I don't know. I haven't looked at my number in a minute.
Anyway, I just thought that was like kind of random, kind of funny. That's like, we're really leaning into 100, but also only 2 things.
Only 2 things. But it has kind of consumed our life. So I hear what you're saying. It kind of has this year consumed our life.
Maybe we'll have watched 100 movies by the end of the year.
Ooh, I don't know. I haven't been marking all of them, which was dumb. That was the whole point of doing this. I've read 26 books this year.
I'm trying to think. For Movie Club, we've had 2 bigger years of 18 total.
Yeah.
And then, 3 other years that we've done?
Well, I am realizing I totally did not
15.
mark all of them.
So we've watched 33 Movie Club movies.
Just Movie Club, right?
Yeah, and then like we watched Toy Story 1 and 2, so that's 35. We watched probably not 100. We'll probably have 50. Shelby's counting. She's counting. This is good content. Really filling out the 100 minutes.
I have marked 45 movies, and I know I did not mark the 2 we just watched in order to talk about today.
Gotcha.
And I'm not even sure I've marked the ones that I've marked most of the ones we've been watching for the next movie club. But I think I've missed 1 or 2.
Yeah. Hey, good for you.
So we definitely have likely already exceeded 50 because guarantee I missed some.
Okay. We're probably not going to hit 100.
We're probably not going to hit 100.
That'd be crazy for
I don't know how we'd watch 50 more. Well, I mean, it is Halloween. We got to watch some Halloween movies, but not 50 more. So. Anyway.
So I don't know how it came up, but randomly Cheaper by the Dozen popped into my head.
Yeah.
And with that, I thought of another movie that I remembered there being like an absurdly large family, which is Yours, Mine, and Ours. And I was like, are these movies just basically like the same thing?
The golden question.
Like, and they just happen to come out at like the same time, so on and so forth.
Right.
So Cheaper by the Dozen came out in 2003. Yours, Mine, and Ours came out in 2005.
Yes.
So we set out to watch both of these films. Real quick.
Yeah.
Cheaper by the Dozen, Cheaper by the Dozen 2, and Yours, Mine, and Ours are rated very poorly on Rotten Tomatoes.
Bad.
Cheaper by the Dozen is a 24. Cheaper by the Dozen 2 might be a 7, and Yours, Mine, and Ours is a 6.
That's so mean. That is actually so mean.
It's a little unnecessary.
I'm looking at it on Letterboxd. Cheaper by the Dozen is a 3-star.
Yeah, okay.
Like, fair.
Yeah. I would say it's like, yeah.
Yours, Mine, and Ours is a 2.8.
Okay, yeah.
On Letterboxd.
Yeah. What about Cheaper by the Dozen 2? If this is like a 2.5?
2.9.
Wow. Okay, I don't know about that, but yeah, this is, again, obviously that's the critic score for Rotten Tomatoes that I was talking about.
That's
not shocking whatsoever because critics can be like a bit harsh.
Yeah.
I think like if you're trying to view these movies from the lens of like I'm just looking, I mean like I feel like it's a better movie and like maybe doesn't have like better entertainment value than Transformers, but like it's probably a better movie than Transformers.
Yeah.
And like I don't think any of the Transformers movies are like that good, but like if they have a 40%, 50%, 60% on Rotten Tomatoes, I'm not going to cry about it. Like I'm like, okay,
Right.
but whatever. Anyway, so we set out to watch these movies. If you haven't seen them, first off, Cheaper by the Dozen came out in 2003.
Yeah.
Movie is about a like what Midwestern family.
Do you want me to just read the
Do it.
thing?
Yep.
The Baker brood moves to Chicago after patriarch Tom, this is the weirdest write-up, gets a job coaching football at Northwestern University, forcing his writer wife, Mary, and the couple's 12 children to make a major adjustment. So basically, two parents trying to have a career, a whole house of kids, move from the country to the city, and of course, just uprooting all of their lives and causing new stresses.
Basically, like, he's a football coach for like a D3 school.
Yeah.
Basically, middle of nowhere kind of school. And the fam's happy. And then he gets his dream job to like coach his college football team.
Yeah.
And so
his
they take
alma
it.
mater.
It's, you know, it's a fine movie.
Yeah.
It's entertaining.
Yeah.
It's feel good.
Yes.
You
very
know?
feel good.
Ashton Kutcher randomly shows up.
Which is hysterical.
As
he's
the douchey,
literally just playing his character from that 70s show.
Yeah. Just a douchey, dumb guy. But yeah, like the movie's funny. Steve Martin is like peak dad.
Can't wait to talk about this in the future. I think off the top of my head, which I have the worst memory of actors in the world, I think Steve Martin plays like the best dad. Like I'm just like typical dad characters and actors.
Oh, okay.
I think like of actors, the actors who play
Yeah.
dads in those movies.
I gotcha.
Steve Martin is my favorite.
Like he's got the best dad energy.
Me, in my opinion.
Okay, because when you were just saying like he's the best dad,
No,
I was
sorry.
thinking like, what about Taken?
Mm,
Because like he'll do anything,
right.
to get his
I think
family
Steve
back.
Martin would also do anything, but he's gonna like dance while he's doing
Yeah.
it.
He's gonna be a goofball while he does it.
He to me presents the best, especially comedy movie dad energy
Yeah.
of all the very stereotypical actors who play father figures.
Yeah.
Like to me, he's way above everyone else. And I
would
really
agree.
want to talk about that in the future. Maybe like tier rank typical dads. I don't know. Like
Yeah, best movie dads.
yeah, like something like that. I really want to talk about that, but he is like by far my favorite.
But it's like so like yeah, again, the movie's like so feel good.
Yes.
And there's really no antagonist.
No.
It's like the antagonist is like work-life balance.
Yes. And like
Of the whole
family
thing.
structure.
It's not
is
like some
literally it.
evil guy,
No.
you know?
Which is really nice.
It is. It's kind of like
Like when's the last time that's happened?
yeah. Like
That it's not someone trying to break them up
Yeah.
or like
Kidnap some of
destroy
the
everything.
kids.
Yeah. Also the thing that we can talk about this after we talk about both a little bit, but the thing that cracks me up about these movies is how well the parents are just portraying the most stressful situation that like you could almost possibly put a human in like a family setting. Like
Mhm.
the fact that they're just like, you know, shit's flying left and right, like, you know, Nerf gun things are landing inches across people's faces,
Mhm.
and it's literally like the reaction isn't to like freak out or yell or be scared or anything. It's just like
Like haha, nice shot. Ha.
yeah. Ooh, missed him.
Yeah.
And like literally like resetting him up. And it's just like that level of accepting chaos. And if anything, like just being so used to it and being able to react to it is something that cracked me up in both movies very well.
Yeah.
Just like literal train wrecks are happening before your eyes and they're like, this is life. But
Yep.
like in the happiest, loving way.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, there's something kind of inspiring.
And
about
it's
that.
so feel good.
It is very feel good.
So again, not the best movie ever.
No.
Obviously. But
like, I don't think you can have a bad time watching it.
I think you have a good time watching it.
You can barely even, like, complain about a whole bunch of it.
Yeah.
Like, what is there to complain about? It's all vibes.
Yeah. Yeah. Cheaper by the Dozen too. You could complain about the CGI of Eugene Levy coming off the lake. That was... But that's like that's peak early 2000s where it's just like, we can make stuff that didn't happen look like it happened. And at the time, everybody probably thought it was so impressive. Yeah. And now you watch it and go, oh my God.
I know, I had to rewind it and rewatch it.
Okay. So then the question is Yours, Mine, and Ours a movie that came out 2 years later, which both of these movies are from older source material.
Yeah.
But it's just like very ironic that like the movies would release so close together.
Yeah.
So like, is Yours, Mine, and Ours a carbon copy, basically, of Cheaper by the Dozen? Is it effectively just trying to be Cheaper by the Dozen with a different name? The synopsis.
Oh, the synopsis. Cheaper by the Dozen.
No, Yours, Mine, and Ours.
Sorry, Yours, Mine, and Ours. 18 kids, one house. No way. Admiral Frank Beardsley returns to New London to run the Coast Guard Academy, his last stop before a probable promotion to head the guard. A widower with 8 children, he runs a loving but tight ship with charts and salutes. Is that a sentence? The kids long for a permanent home. Helen North is a free spirit, a designer whose 10 children live in loving chaos with occasional group hugs. Helen and Frank, high school sweethearts, reconnect at a reunion, and it's love at first reciting. They marry on the spot, and that's when the problem starts, as basically the families merge together.
Yeah.
That was a chaotic...
That was a very chaotic synopsis.
I'm so
you
sorry.
did your best. So, are they the same movie? No, not even close.
No.
So literally my brain said, a lot of kids must be same.
Must be the same.
And we watched it and I was just like, this is not the same at all.
Because there kind of is an antagonist.
The antagonist is the kids.
Yeah.
They hate each other.
Yeah.
And so they band together to try and break up the parents.
Yeah.
So then you get into this reverse Parent Trap type thing where it's like, we're not trying to bring mom and dad together. We're trying to break them apart. And then, it's obvious, like, the kids start working together and then they're friends. They're friends now. They like each other.
They find something to like be in common about and then realize they're both just kids.
We're not so different.
Yeah, they actually are pretty much the same.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not the same in like structure of story. Really not the same. The only thing that's the same is that the family of 8, the designer, who the mom is Renee Russo. She is like embodying the energy that is in Cheaper by the Dozen by her kid. She's let them all be free spirited. She's let them all be like a little chaotic, but like be who you want to be.
Yep.
Thus, there is just like natural chaos when there's 10 of them all doing their own thing.
Yeah. And
she like is so go with the flow about it. That's like kind of the only carryover.
Yeah.
Is that energy.
Yep. Would agree because the tone of the two movies is also just kind of different. Like Cheaper by the Dozen is a full-blown comedy.
Yeah.
And it's like a goofy comedy.
Yeah.
I would say Yours, Mine, and Ours is like a almost rom-com situational comedy.
Yeah.
Where it's like there are things that happen that are like funny, but I wouldn't like flat out be like they're two different comedies.
Yeah,
right?
they
Like
are.
one's goofy and the other's like situational is like the only way I can kind of describe it. Also, just another carryover for SMSoup in general. Dennis Quaid making an appearance in a movie.
Crazy. Truly.
Also, a totally fine movie.
Totally fine. This is what I was making notes. I was trying to think about it. And I said, both movies have. These are things both movies have. Well, yes, parents.
At least 12 kids.
A girl with a webcam at all times / portable video player at all times. What is that? A little...
Yeah.
Not...
A video recorder. Camcorder. Who had that in Cheaper by the Dozen?
Cheaper by the Dozen, oh my god, I can't picture her. One of them was making like a little movie of some kind. Oh my god, I'm blanking.
What was it? The twin? One of the twins?
I might have been one
Okay.
of like one of the girls.
Yeah.
Yeah, like they were like filming a whole bunch of stuff and like doing that. Yeah, it was definitely one of them. They both have a chaotic dog at one point or another, or just chaotic animals in general. I put they had the opposite, but like both prototypical father figures. One's just like the happy-go-lucky, I'm the fun dad, and the other one is like completely stern rule making. But both had hot moms, no doubt about it, which are just actors, obviously. Slipping and vomit.
Yep,
both movies had that.
And vomit, yep.
And really awkward dad dancing.
Yeah. Yeah, it's very like Steve Martin is too on the nose.
Yeah,
like of course he's gonna do his goofy like point and like rigid and like
his mouth's open for no reason. Yeah,
like you're of course gonna get that with Steve Martin. You probably get that in just about every Steve Martin film.
Yes,
Dennis Quaid like it catches you off guard because it happened right at the end.
Yeah,
and he was being a goofball.
I know. It's like wow, he really did learn to open up.
Yeah.
But yeah, I marked just really quick. Obviously, just because they are different styles of movie, I personally prefer Cheaper by the Dozen.
Oh, definitely.
Because it's just more feel good.
Yeah.
It's more just like fun.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean that Yours, Mine, and Ours like isn't also good, but as we have already discussed, they're just completely different vibes. So I personally preferred Cheaper by the Dozen to Yours, Mine, and Ours.
Yeah.
Because I honestly wish more movies were like made like that today.
Agreed.
Also, I have missed, well, like yes and no. I don't know. Like Cheaper by the Dozen kept the like some of the blooper reels right at the end.
Yes.
And those are so cute.
Yeah.
I really like those. Very funny. It's also just like really funny watching that movie and so many actors being like kids. And like now they are like maybe not like big, but like we all like you recognize them, you know them. It was like them being in those before they would have been like Nickelodeon or Disney kids. Like it's just really funny to
or like
watch
while
that.
they were at the height of that.
Yeah,
because like in Yours, Mine, and Ours, you had Miranda Cosgrove and Drake Bell.
Drake, yeah.
And it was probably literally like season 2 or 3 of Drake and Josh was probably happening at that point, 2005. It's probably pretty spot on.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Yeah. The other thing that was really funny is as we were watching Yours, Mine, and Ours, Renee Russo's character, the mom, before they like get back together, she's watching a rom-com. I don't know what movie she's watching, and the guy like picks up the
he's
woman.
He's clearly a Navy SEAL or something.
He's carrying her, and they like just got married or whatever, right? And Shelby turns to me, and this is within the first 10 minutes of the movie. Shelby turns to me and he goes, "That's gonna happen at the end of the movie," and we go the whole movie. And I couldn't remember if it did or not, but as soon as it didn't happen and like the movie ended, I went, "It didn't happen at the end. You were wrong. Nice try. You thought you could predict this movie? No. This movie predicted you."
Yeah.
But I also like looked at it. Not that this is like the end all be all, but like it's pretty important at the end of the day. Cheaper by the Dozen, the budget for that film, and this is like this. Like looking up early 2000s or even mid 2000s movie and realizing what the budget was fucking kills me.
Yeah.
It like, wow. It makes you realize that streaming services have really just fucked us all up and fucked up the entire industry. Cheaper by the Dozen had like a $40 million budget. It brought in like 200 million box office.
Wow.
So like 200 million box office is like,
it's not crazy.
It's whatever.
Yeah.
And especially by today's standards, if you don't bring that in, like you definitely lost money.
Yeah.
Fucking insane.
Yeah.
Insane. All 3 movies did, I think, double in the box office, whatever the budget was.
Gotcha. Yeah. That's
like
really
these
funny.
are the types of movies that like that sold, right?
Yeah.
Like this was the type of shit that was just like it was bread and butter.
Yeah.
It was
God,
cheap
yeah.
and it performed well enough.
Yes.
Right? Like, and it frustrates me. It frustrates me to no end that like we've lost these.
Yeah, but I do also, I'm not going to lie, because I think about, like, I watch them and I'm like, I wonder how current these movies were in 2003. Because if you were to like, if you watch a comedy in 2024 now, you're like, oh God, it's so current. It almost like hurts. Like
Mm.
it's almost like whether like basically I'm trying to decide, is that always been an opinion? Like, oh my God, it's just so current, or is that a side effect of the internet?
I don't know. Yeah.
Because like a trend, especially in language, can literally make a movie feel stale
That's
in
true.
months. And certain comedy movies, when I hear that in it,
I mean,
I'm
the way
like,
they talk in
that's
these
gonna be
movies.
cringe. Like yeah, like it's like you can tell they're like parodying life
Yeah.
by making these movies. Obviously, that's why I'm trying to decide, like, is it best to watch that movie now when you can truly just laugh, and like obviously now you're older, so like you're getting all the subtle adult jokes they're making.
Maybe,
You're
yeah.
getting that, like, you're getting the whole picture, and you're removed enough from it, culturally, if we want
Yeah.
to say that like it's not just like, oh, I've heard that joke 100 times.
Yeah.
Like I feel like comedy movies are better watching them later.
Mm-hmm.
Like a 2024 comedy might be better in 6 years.
Maybe. It's not a terrible like assumption or thought that like
Right.
maybe there's a pattern there. Good pattern
Especially
recognition.
knowing how many comedies came out in the early 2000s and the mid 2000s.
Yeah.
You can't tell me people weren't getting sick of them.
Right.
And so people probably were like, "Oh my God, we made another one."
Yeah.
Whereas now we're kind of like starved for them a little bit. But I just am like, okay, but if we did a rush of them, you would hear people complaining about us just making another comedy movie that uses this
Maybe.
language.
I
I
don't
don't know.
know.
I just like I kind of do see them as like they're so time based that it's like do run a bit of a risk with them.
Yeah.
In my opinion. They are a true representation of what is funny to the average consumer in that time,
Yeah.
in the time of its release.
Yeah.
Like now our comedy is bad dates in cities and like shit rent and apartments, and like, you know what I mean? Like it's just like that's now our current comedy
Yeah.
is a parody of our lives.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. They're so they are literally a time capsule of that period.
Yeah.
Obviously remove a lot of the dramatic overdone parts, but
No, you're definitely onto something.
it's just very interesting. But also, like, there's not that many comedies, like, not a massive amount of comedies being released at this time, that it's like, will there even be much for people to watch in like 5 to 10 years? Or will it just be kind of like,
Yeah.
you don't worry about it. Just keep rewatching the early 2000s ones,
Yeah. I don't know.
because there is just so much more of a library from that time of movies.
Fucking hell.
I know. It's crazy to think about.
Kind of sucks.
What? Everything?
Yeah. Well, like, kind of sucks to like be faced with that that potential reality of like oh, those movies. No, because those movies were. I don't know. I don't know what I want to try and say.
Like, I don't have numbers. I can't sit here and say like no comedy movies are being made, because there are some, but
No,
it's
I mean
not at the same
definitely, but
pace.
it's just like, yeah, these things would get churned out, and again, they would all perform
Like, yeah.
good enough.
And most people probably bought them on DVD and like owned them, or was renting them from like Redbox or Blockbuster
Yeah,
or
I just
whatever.
like, yeah,
Like, people were interacting with them.
that really killed me. That made me realize just like how fucked the industry is, and like
Yeah.
how fucked it got because of like streaming services, especially.
Right, because if a movie's just not performing and Netflix owns it, like, what's stopping them from just trashing it? And then it's not a thing you can watch in 5 years.
Yeah.
Do you think there will be, in the classic every trend cycles back, do you think there will be a push for physical media in the movie space in the near future again, with like privately owned, like streaming service owned media?
I don't know.
Like, do you think Netflix will be like, we've literally been fluctuating with every change in the industry, we're gonna try DVDs again? You know what I mean? Like,
Maybe.
Like, I'm just like, because again, like people get really upset, rightfully so, when like HBO is kind of notorious for it, just being like, we're done with this. It's done.
Yeah.
Like, it's gone. We're taking it off. Bye. And so it's like, will they in those, like in 10 years, will they release a new physical collection of like the archives or something stupid?
Probably.
Right?
Because anything for a cash grab.
Exactly. So I'm just like, will Netflix do that? And like, you know, like, was Bird Box Netflix? Like, did they make it? I know it was on there.
Yeah, I think so.
So like, you know, in 5 years, they'll be like, own Bird Box on DVD.
But you already can.
Can you?
I think. Yeah.
I have no concept of what is actually a DVD and what is just a streamable movie.
I'm almost positive.
But like along those lines is where I'm going.
Yeah.
Like whatever that new, what was it? Was it Sabrina Carpenter was in that new rom-com? No. What actress was in the new rom-com that like people were really excited about? And it has the guy from Twisters.
Oh, Anyone But You? It's
It's not Sabrina Carpenter.
It's Sydney Sweeney.
Sydney Sweeney. Thank
Mamma
you.
Mia. What?
Like that. Like, is that going to be on DVD? And like, if it's not right now, like in 2 years, 3 years?
It is on DVD. I think everything still gets a physical release.
That's crazy.
Maybe you're right about stuff but that wasn't direct streaming.
Okay. I have no concept of what it is anymore.
That's the problem. You just assume shit was probably direct to streaming because yeah. Anyway.
I definitely do.
Anyway. I'm going real quick. I'm going to look up Anyone But You. Which that's a different movie.
Yeah.
You know. That's it's a rom-com though, which is pretty unheard of anymore.
That came out, and the one with not gonna be able to say anything actually helpful. The two parents who go to their child's wedding in like Italy or something.
You're talking about the George Clooney and Julia Roberts.
Yeah.
New rom-com.
Yeah.
Which they're like their chemistry is like.
That's clearly trying to be.
That's what you need for a rom-com, and they do it. No, okay. Literally, Anyone But You is exactly like these are the types of movies that we need. $25 million budget, $220 million box office. Like this is what people want.
Yeah.
It's not groundbreaking, but it's not dog shit.
Right.
Right? And like that's all people fucking want.
Yes. I looked up rom-coms from 2024 because I was trying to see if I could just find a few listed off. And this is a Rotten Tomatoes like article. Best rom-coms and romance movies of 2024. Which I do not know what this first one is. Musica.
Mm-hmm.
I have not heard of that. After that is Hitman, so an action comedy. I presume. Haven't seen it, but I presume Hitman. Love Lies Bleeding is the number 3 rom-com or romance movie. Challengers, number 4 romance or rom-com movie.
Is that a rom-com?
That's what I'm getting at. Like, I'm like, are the Fall Guy, which okay, but again, action comedy.
Is that a rom-com?
I haven't heard of The Beast. I don't know what that is.
A rom-com is an A-list actor and an A-list actress getting into wacky situations, falling in love with each other. And like it's like a situation where it's like we hate each other. Oh my god, no, we love each other.
Yeah.
Or
we're strangers. We just bumped into each other, and wow, this is crazy. We're stuck together for the next 48 hours. What's gonna happen?
Right. Exactly.
The first one that actually looks like a rom-com that's on this list is number 7, The Idea of You with Anne Hathaway. That's the first one that even looks like a rom-com just looking at the cover.
It really does.
But all of so many others, it takes a bit.
Ticket to Paradise is the George Clooney, Julia Roberts.
Yes.
$60 million budget. Maybe a little bloated for your typical rom-com.
Sure.
But still, you kept it under $100 million. Let's see. Can you do it at the $168 million box office? Which I'm actually a little surprised that didn't do a little bit better. Just because
that felt like something that would do better, but it is a bread and butter fucking moneymaker. Yeah.
You get an A-list and you make sure they have chemistry or can like have on-screen chemistry.
Yeah.
Why Why does Anyone But You work? Because Glenn Powell is hot and Sydney Sweeney is hot, and you just need it to be believable. Why doesn't Ghosted work? Because Anna de Armas is hot and Chris Evans is hot, but the movie and their on-screen chemistry is not fucking believable.
And they have them say the weirdest shit I've ever heard in a movie.
Also, I'm starting to realize, and I hate it, I don't think Anna de Armas is a good actress.
Oh no. How
She's just
dare
really
you.
hot. And has a really good
She
accent.
does have a really good accent.
But I think it might be Gal Gadot 2.0.
No. That's upsetting.
Because like Gal Gadot, very attractive,
Yeah.
has a nice accent. I can
Very
listen
nice.
to her.
Yeah.
Don't think she's a good actress.
No, I don't think so either.
I think she lulled us into thinking she was.
Yeah. It's
They're
the whole-
sirens.
Ooh. Ooh. I like that. Yeah. That's disappointing. But yeah, that's so interesting that like again, that was just a Rotten Tomatoes article of what they're like, these are the top movies.
Yeah.
But it's like, that's now rom-coms? Is action romance? Action
I
comedy?
mean,
I think it can be.
An
Like
action
night and
romance.
day. Like we literally talked about
There's
night and day.
action and stuff.
But it's like clearly that's like, which I know we are kind of starting to leave, I'd say, like a very high action movie time. So I get it.
Yeah.
But I'm just like, clearly that's what people are seeing as safe to invest in. Like that type of movie right now.
Yeah, but then like the more action and stuff that you have, the more bloated the budget's gonna get.
Oh,
Because you're gonna
100%.
need to like
Yes.
go over the top with all of your special effects and stuff. And
Yes.
yeah, it's what it drags the movie down.
Yeah. I agree. I have yet to see Fall Guy. I have heard really good things about it.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Real quick before we move
I
on,
don't
I'm gonna
know.
look at it quick. Fall Guy.
I had a crazy budget. Really, the whole movie is just explosions.
Right. Budget is 125 million. Okay. All right, you're getting a little high there.
Yeah.
Box office 180.5. Like you
You
couldn't even make
barely-
100 million.
Yeah, you barely made anything off all that. Yeah. Disappointing. I am excited. Basically, we were watching movies for this. We watched, The Cheaper by the Dozen and Yours, Mine, and Ours, and we have to finish up our movie club. That's
Mhm.
going to be in a few weeks.
End of this month.
End of this month. But then I need to watch Old Twisters and New Twisters.
Well, Old Twister
Old Twister and New Twisters.
Yeah.
I'm pumped. So maybe we'll talk about that whenever that happens.
Yeah, we can do that.
Because I feel like Twisters is now, well, one, it's based off an old movie, and two, it's been out quite a bit that I feel like we could talk about it. But I'm really excited.
Did we ever do like a Top Gun versus Top Gun Maverick?
No, I think we just talked about. I think we
should've.
talked about seeing them.
Because this is like a
Yeah.
really similar, and maybe we should do it with like Beetlejuice too.
Yeah, I
Like
do
these
want to.
movies that
yeah.
like. This is a legitimate sequel.
Yeah.
That's happening 30 years on.
Yeah.
And did it do the series justice?
Yeah.
Top Gun? Yes.
Yes. 100%.
Big time.
Yeah.
Huge upgrade.
I was so impressed.
Remains to be seen for some of these.
I'm
others.
excited for Beetlejuice because you and I haven't seen the first one.
I mean, I don't know if I've seen Twister.
That's crazy.
Like I've seen it. So like 90% of the film is going to be recognizable to
Yeah.
me, but I don't think I've ever sat down and said, boy, I can't wait to watch Twister.
That's crazy.
And then sat and watched it start to finish.
That's
Because
crazy.
it was on constantly. But
It was
like,
on constantly. No, I get it.
so then
though.
you get to the point where it's just like, yeah, I've seen it.
Yeah.
But I don't think I've seen it.
Yeah.
Philip Seymour Hoffman's in it, right?
I have no idea.
Big fan of Philip Seymour Hoffman. I'm going to hurt her.
Speaking of.
Let's get into the next bit.
Okay.
Shelby and I are going to tier rank every single Tom Cruise film.
Woo.
To break it down for you, we've got here are the tiers that we're gonna do, and we're gonna put the screen up so that you can see it. So the tiers are S, so that's obviously the best.
That's the best.
A, B, C, D, and then haven't seen. We really just like wanted to keep it as kind of as simple as possible.
I also like this is going to give us a list of all the Tom Cruise movies we haven't seen.
It's perfect. This is
What we
exactly
needed.
what it's for.
Yeah.
That's the only reason we're doing this. So we went back and forth on which tiers to include, and like in a lot of ways, by including the S tier, which is like reserved for peak, you know, like by including that, like everything kind of shifts down, right? So it's like B suddenly becomes like C, and normally you would assume C is like kind of like a middle tier. Like it's good, it's fine, but it's not great.
Yeah.
And it's not perfect.
Yeah.
You know? And then D like kind of is like F now. So it's kind of an interesting thing. B is basically C, D is basically F, just to kind of like
I'm definitely gonna struggle with the fact that we have 3 middle tiers.
It is tough. It is tough.
Because I'm not gonna have
but again, S is like perfect.
Sure.
A is like really good.
Yeah, but not
B
perfect.
is it's good. C is and then D is
this was bad.
This was bad.
Yeah.
And then haven't seen.
Yeah.
All right.
What
is
first
first?
one? I can't see this. Or so like if I could just pull it up, I could be able to see it better.
Oh God.
Wait, give me a second. I'm blind as shit. I did have this pulled up on my phone as well.
Is that gonna help though?
Well, just to be able to read the movies. Don't you think?
Is that Interview with a Vampire?
Here, the first one is
No, it's not.
All the Right Moves.
All the Right Moves.
Looks like from the cover, it looks like it's a high school or college football movie.
Mm-hmm.
Haven't seen. Cool. That was easy. Next one.
That's A Few Good Men.
Is A Few Good Men.
You can't handle the truth.
I haven't seen it.
I haven't seen it.
Cool. This is gonna be so fast. Next one is American Made.
American Made.
That cover looks really familiar, but
Tom Cruise.
That movie does not. The name does not.
American Made. Haven't seen it.
Haven't seen. You guys are like, you guys love Tom Cruise and you haven't seen any of these movies. 4th of July. Born on the 4th of July. Haven't seen.
He dies in it, but I haven't seen.
I promise we're getting to movies we've seen. Cocktail. Haven't seen.
Haven't seen.
He almost looks like what's his name?
Patrick Swayze.
No.
Yeah, Charlie Sheen.
Charlie Sheen in that. All right, Collateral, a movie we've seen.
Collateral, we have seen.
Ooh, this movie's good. This is the movie.
It's him, Jamie Foxx. He's the
Jamie Foxx is the taxi driver.
Yes.
Yes. And Tom Cruise.
Tom Cruise plays a bad guy.
And
then you have the ending. It's crazy.
It is crazy.
It's a good movie.
It's a good movie.
I would put it in
B.
Let's put it in B for now.
I think B.
I think it's
might move with
It might, and we might have to move it. If anything, it moves probably up, but it's a very safe B.
It is a very safe B. Okay, cool. Next we have Days of Thunder.
Days of Thunder, NASCAR.
Haven't seen. This is going to be such a long list. All right, next we have Live, Die, Repeat, Edge of Tomorrow.
I think...
Dude, I love this. This, to me, is classic action movie.
I think...
I really like this movie.
It's tough, because I do really think it might be one of the, like you said, like it is a perfect action movie.
Mm-hmm.
Might be one of Tom Cruise's best movies for sure. The problem is the marketing for it was dog shit.
Yeah.
Edge of Tomorrow.
Yeah.
They changed it to Live, Die, Repeat, and it went off. I think it's S tier. I'm just being a dick. I think it's S tier. What do you think? Told you not to spell that.
Yeah. I'm really stuck between S and A, because I think as I see more movies,
okay, we'll drop it to A.
I might think it's A. I don't know. You know?
I don't know.
I'm willing to move, but it's definitely an S or an A for me.
Okay.
Truly to me, it is peak action film.
Right.
Like I love it.
Right.
Like sci-fi action. You know,
so S, but yeah.
Okay, all right. We'll put an S. We'll put an S. No, you've convinced me. You've convinced me. Okay. Next one
This
is
just gonna be my tier ranking.
I cannot read this.
You want me to do
It's
this?
so many letters smushed together.
Want me to do this?
Endless Love. I haven't seen it. I haven't seen it.
Are you sure?
I'm positive, dude. Look at that cover. Have you seen that?
I have not, but you put it as good.
I've just been moving it up so I can get them out of the way for the list.
Where are the rest of them? Where'd they go?
Keep going. Oh no, you broke it.
I didn't do shit.
How? What was? Oh, they're right here.
Oh.
All right, read the next one.
Eyes Wide Shut.
Haven't seen.
I haven't seen it.
This is making us look like we've never seen any movies. I'm so ashamed right now.
Far and Away.
I haven't seen it.
This was like the run of like Tom Cruise and Nicole Kidman.
Haven't seen it.
I also have not seen it.
Interview with a Vampire.
Haven't seen it.
Haven't seen it, but it's on our fall list.
It is.
I want to watch it this year. This is the year for it. Okay. Is this Jack Reacher?
That is Jack Reacher 1.
Jack Reacher 1 is pretty fucking good.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good.
But if we put Collateral in B, I feel like Jack Reacher has to be a B.
I feel like it's probably B, yeah.
Like it can't go above Collateral.
Right. Okay, Jack Reacher 2 is a D.
I don't even remember it.
It's so bad.
So that doesn't bode well.
All right, Jerry Maguire.
Jerry Maguire.
Jerry Maguire. Ooh, that's tough. This might be an A. This might be an A. Maybe B. A or B. It's A or B.
I vote B.
Okay, we'll go B.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Okay, real quick.
Yeah. Do we think Collateral moves up?
Real quick, is Collateral better than both?
Yes.
Is Jerry Maguire better than Jack Reacher?
No.
Okay.
So should Collateral be A?
We can still leave it for now.
Okay.
I want to try and like rank within the ranks, but we don't.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be.
We can mess around depending on where things end up.
All right, Night and Day.
S. It's an A. Not even an A? Dude, this is one of my favorite movies of all time.
I don't think it's better than Collateral.
That's fair. I love this movie.
It is good. It's a good movie.
I don't think any action rom-com will ever beat this movie.
Probably not.
Like, okay, now I can't wait to watch Fall Guy, which they're different. But I'm like, I now want to watch Fall Guy and be like, is it better than Night and Day? Answer is no. I can almost guarantee it.
Night and Day is good. I think we move Collateral up.
Okay. Moving Collateral up to A.
But so you think Night and Day is the best in B tier?
Absolutely.
Okay. I can live with that.
So currently we're sitting with Live, Die, Repeat in S, Collateral in A, Night and Day, Jack Reacher 1, and Jerry Maguire in B. And then Jack Reacher 2 is just chilling at the bottom because no one likes him.
All right, next up is Legend.
I don't know what that is.
Haven't seen.
Haven't seen it. Did that go in there? Yes.
Did.
Okay.
Lions for Lambs.
Don't know what that is.
Haven't seen it.
Haven't seen it. This is making me feel like a fool. What is that?
Losing It. Haven't seen it.
Haven't seen it.
Also, some of these movies, I mean, I don't know for a fact. Some of these movies might be movies where like he was in it for 2 seconds.
That's true.
Magnolia. Haven't seen it. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Have you?
No, I was like, have I? I don't think so.
I don't think I. You want me to look it up real quick?
No.
Hang on.
If I don't recognize the name.
Magnolia. Movie. Oh my God! It's Paul Thomas Anderson.
Who?
The film is an epic mosaic of interrelated characters in search of happiness, forgiveness, and meaning in the San Fernando Valley.
Haven't seen it.
I have not seen it. Sounds really good. Jeremy Blackman, Tom Cruise, Melinda Dillon, April Grace, Philip Baker Hall, Philip Seymour Hoffman, William H. Macy. I read that weird because it lined up weird. John C. Reilly, Julianne Moore, Alfred Molina.
Sounds a
Good
lot
cast.
of names.
Good cast. Real quick, budget $37 million. Box office $48.5.
Ooh.
All right. Next is Minority Report. You're hovering it in S tier.
I couldn't read it.
Uh,
That for me, it might be a C if I'm being honest.
yeah, I think it's pretty whatever.
Yeah.
It's not
It's
bad,
not bad.
but it's not.
No.
It's not good either.
No, it's not.
It could be good.
It could be, but it's not.
It could be good. Next up, we got the first Mission Impossible.
C.
Yes, and I would put Minority Report over it.
Yes.
Then we got Mission Impossible 2.
D.
But I would put it above
If
Jack Reacher.
I have to hear those stupid dirt bikes. Was that 1 or 2? I don't care. It was bad.
That was 2.
It was so bad.
Yeah, it was really bad. Mission Impossible 3.
Mission Impossible 3 is Blackfoot is
That's
Rabbit's Foot.
at least A, if not S.
To me, it's S.
Okay.
I'm a her.
Is it better than Live, Die, Repeat? I don't think so.
Oh.
But you
no,
do
I don't
think
so.
Ooh, wow. Interesting.
I don't know. It's really hard, dude.
All right, Mission Impossible 4, and now this is easy because if 3 is up there, then 4, 5, 6.
Yeah, this is
they're
gonna be
all
the
up
most,
there.
This is gonna be the most unoriginal.
So just get those up there.
We're putting all Mission Impossible. In case you didn't know, for like 2 months straight, we reviewed a Mission Impossible movie every week
Mm-hmm.
to end the episode in preparation for whatever the newest one was. And I can't wait for the second one to come out. Part 2 of that to come out.
Let's see. No, hang on a second though. Hang on. We
Okay.
have the rank within there. So the far right one isn't. I don't think that's the newest Mission Impossible. I think that's Fallout. Yeah, that's the Henry Cavill one. That is his best in the S tier though.
The Henry Cavill one.
The Henry Cavill Mission Impossible.
Is this Rogue Nation to my left?
Yes, and then Ghost Protocol to the left of that.
You think Henry Cavill is better than Rabbit's Foot?
I think Mission Impossible 6 is the best Mission Impossible. Well, I think Mission Impossible 7 is the best Mission Impossible, but why can't I remember it?
I don't know.
You don't think it's better than Rabbit's Foot?
Dude, Rabbit's Foot's so good.
I'm saying that I think Mission Impossible 6 is I think it's better than Live, Die, and Repeat. But you think Live, Die, Repeat is better than Rabbit's Foot?
No, I'm changing these. I'm changing it so
I think Mission Impossible 5, Rogue Nation,
yeah.
is also better than Live, Die, Repeat. I'm willing to concede that Rabbit's Foot is better than it. And then I'll leave Ghost Protocol after Live, Die, Repeat. Edge of Tomorrow.
Okay. So our S tier is Mission Impossible Fallout, the one with Henry Cavill where he cocks his fists. Then we have Mission Impossible 3, the Rabbit's Foot one. Then we have Mission Impossible Rogue Nation. And then we have Edge of Tomorrow. And then we have Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol. A is still Collateral. B is Night and Day. Jack Reacher.
Dead Reckoning
Jerry
is
Maguire.
further down, by the way, then.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay. We're almost done.
We're almost done. And we've seen, I think, most of these.
Okay, Oblivion, I don't know if I've seen.
I have, and I will tell you right now it's a C.
Okay. You're hovering in B.
Yeah, Oblivion's it's a big old C. I've seen it too many times because for the longest time it was one of the only DVDs I had of a Tom Cruise movie. So I've seen it too many times, but it is not really worth it if I'm being honest. What's this one called?
Rain Man?
Rain Man. B? Oh no. A?
I think it's
S? Okay.
I think it's at the very least A. I think, and this isn't, well, I guess, are we ranking these on Tom Cruise? Or are we ranking them on movie?
Movie.
Okay.
No, I'm not being that picky on Tom Cruise.
So, because do I think Tom Cruise is amazing in Rain Man? He's good. He's very good.
Yeah.
I think Dustin
The movie
Hoffman is very good. And I
Yeah.
think the movie as a whole is fantastic.
Yeah.
I think I would say it's better than Collateral.
Ooh. I'm on board with that.
Cool.
All right.
Risky Business?
Haven't seen.
Really?
No.
Okay, C.
C. Oh no, that's upsetting. Rock of Ages. Haven't seen it.
I also haven't seen
This
it.
has been on our list for a while though.
It's apparently dog shit.
Oh no.
Taps?
Haven't seen.
Don't believe I've seen.
Remember when I said we've seen most of these? I don't know what this is.
The Color of Money.
Haven't seen.
Don't think I've seen it.
The Firm.
The Firm.
Haven't seen.
Haven't seen it.
It is on our list.
It is on our list.
Last Samurai.
Good movie.
It is. I'd say B.
I'd say B. Is it better than Jerry Maguire? I would say it's better than Jerry Maguire.
It might be better than Jack Reacher 1.
Really?
It might
Okay.
be. It is a good movie.
Yeah, it's good.
It's a very enjoyable movie.
It's good.
The Mummy. Apparently dog shit.
Haven't seen it.
Haven't seen it. I feel like we have to watch the first Mummy
Like you want to
that
watch all
one.
the Brendan Fraser mummies?
Yeah.
Okay.
to really get in perspective how
Yeah.
apparently dog shit this one is.
Okay.
Cool. Out of the list.
The Outsiders?
Haven't seen.
Haven't seen. Top
Gun. I'd say
It's either a high C or the low B.
Yeah. Is it better?
Is it better than Minority
than
Report?
Minority Report. I'm not sure.
Is it better than the first Mission Impossible?
I'm not sure. I think it might be like in
right
here.
there. Yeah. Okay.
So it's in C. We said it's better than Oblivion, which I now almost think Oblivion should maybe be a D. But I don't want to make that call if you haven't seen it.
Yeah.
But we say it's not as good as the first Mission Impossible or Minority Report.
Yeah. That's probably fair.
New Top Gun.
New Top Gun is S.
Where in here? Better than Ghost Protocol?
Sure. Yeah.
Better than Edge of Tomorrow?
I don't know about that.
I don't think it is.
Top Gun Maverick is just, it's so entertaining.
It is,
It is
yeah.
so good.
Yeah. It's what a good action movie like can be today.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, Tropic Thunder.
Hey. No, what do you think?
I don't know. I don't love Tropic Thunder.
Tropic Thunder's, oh, you don't love it?
I don't love it.
Okay, this is interesting.
But I get it.
I think Tropic Thunder is...
Like, to me, Tropic Thunder is not better than Night and Day, Last Samurai.
So I was going to say, I think Tropic Thunder's, for me, I would probably say it's a B.
Yeah.
But if you would say...
I'm fine with B.
Okay.
I can get behind B.
Like, I think it's better than everything in C.
I do. I think I agree with you, yeah. What do you think, in the middle or at the end of B?
You can put it at the end of B since you don't like it. Also, Tom Cruise is so fucking funny in it.
I don't know.
There's like a whole interview where Bill Hader, which I forgot he was in that, but he was talking about how like during filming and everything, like Tom Cruise was like showed up to the table read and everything, and everybody was kind of just like, oh my god,
It's Tom Cruise,
like,
yeah.
Yeah, and he was just like, hey guys, like,
what's up?
I'm ready to do this thing. Like,
Yeah.
here we go. Like, and he was just like so cool about it and everything.
Yeah.
And then he was like, and then like when I'm interacting with Tom Cruise in the movie, he's got all those stupid fucking prosthetics on.
Yeah.
So you're like looking at him and it's just like, oh, this guy's a lot of fun. And then he was like, it wasn't until later at the like premiere for the movie, Tom Cruise came up to Bill Hader and was like, hey man, how's it going? And Bill Hader was like, oh my fucking God, you're Tom Cruise. Like he was like, it like all happened all over again.
Like he got so used to just it being so casual.
And so it was like, he became so much easier to talk to once he had all the prosthetics on because you like forgot he was Tom Cruise.
Yeah.
It was really funny.
That's
Matt Damon
hysterical.
Also did an interview recently. I was been seeing like people talk about Tom Cruise. He did an interview recently or it was on this like talk show. And he was talking about how like Tom Cruise is like one of the last true like action stars because he like does his own stunts still and stuff like that.
Crazy.
Yeah. And he was like, I was talking to him about it the one time and we were talking about like, you know, when like the safety team is just like, no, you shouldn't do this. And Matt Damon's like, safety guy said I shouldn't do it, so I'm not going to do it.
Yeah.
And like, then a stunt person will do it or like we change what's going to happen.
Yeah.
And Tom Cruise was like, oh no, like, and then Matt was like, so how do you like get away with all this stuff? And Tom Cruise is like, oh well, like we take it to the safety person, and like if they say no, we go out and get a new safety person.
I thought
And
he
Matt
was,
Damon's like, no, see, because that's where I stop. You
yeah,
say don't, and I'm
right.
like, oh well, what can I do? He said no, so I'm not gonna do it.
Yeah, I thought the answer was gonna be Tom Cruise is like, I am the safety person.
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
the
gonna
one
do
who
it anyway.
approves. I'm the one who approves the stunt.
Okay, we have 4 movies left.
Yes.
Valkyrie.
I've never seen it.
I don't think I've seen it.
It's kind of crazy.
Vanilla Sky.
Have seen, but honestly don't remember it at all.
Okay.
So I don't care where we put it.
I don't know if I've seen it.
So we can put it in not seen.
Okay.
I've seen it, but I think I'm pretty whatever about it.
Sure.
War of the Worlds.
War of the Worlds.
It's pretty good.
Pretty good.
Probably a
high C?
C? I'd say it's a high C. I think that makes sense. You think high C? Like all the way up?
Better than Minority Report?
I don't know. It has been a really long time since I've seen it.
I put it below Minority Report.
I'm
Better
gonna
than
put
Top
it
Gun.
Yeah, I'm putting it above Top Gun.
All right, and then last but not least, the newest Mission Impossible.
This
I'm
is the
pretty
newest
sure-
one?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm team. It's the best.
It's the best. It's the best movie Tom Cruise is in.
I'm thinking.
It is really good, and I do feel like after this one,
I've seen Fallout so many times though, and
Yeah.
so like Fallout, like
yeah,
like Henry Cavill reloads his fists, and the whole fight scene in general in the bathroom, and then like there's so many moments like that are like so memorable.
Yeah.
In that's like Maron.
No, I get it. That's how I feel about Rabbit's Foot. I've seen that a disgusting amount of times in my life.
Yeah, but like we just rewatched that recently, and I think I'm pretty set that like, and it probably helps too that like these are just more modern movies.
Oh, absolutely.
But like Fallout,
they look
just
amazing.
feels and looks way better than Rabbit's Foot.
Yeah.
Not a knock on Philip Seymour Hoffman and like his performance because he kills it and like
Yeah.
he helps
He's
make that
the best
movie
bad
what it
guy,
is.
I think, in the entire
Probably,
the
yeah.
entire franchise. I think he's the best bad guy.
But yeah, I mean, like every single Mission Impossible movie, like after that is just like, oh yeah, here we go, and like you know what you're getting. The formula is like perfect, and they just keep doing it better.
Yeah, dude.
I will say this:
cannot wait for the next Mission Impossible.
I'm fine with moving Ghost Protocol down. I feel like we have a little too much in S tier.
Yeah, I agree. You think it's above or below Rain Man?
Well, above because we just had it in S tier the entire time.
Sure we didn't reassess.
And I'm okay with bringing Top Gun Maverick down to A tier as well.
Okay.
Very good movie.
Very good movie.
And then where else can we average out?
I just love that we're like our best Tom Cruise movies are Mission Impossible, Mission Impossible, Mission Impossible, Mission Impossible, and Edge of Tomorrow.
Yeah, I think that's really fair.
No, I know. It's just really funny.
And I'm like thinking about the ones that we haven't seen, and I'm like trying to think about the ones that like are considered like I know Eyes Wide Shut is like, you know, apparently a good movie, right?
The not seeing
The Color
that,
of Money.
Yeah, Rock of Ages. I'm excited to see.
A Few Good Men, right? Like those are movies where it's like maybe those could be S tier, but like I feel pretty confident that they probably aren't.
Yeah. How about The Mummy's S tier?
So have we seen at least half of his movies?
We have seen 1, 2, 3, 4,
9,
5,
14, 22. And what's a row?
10, 22.
Oh my God, perfectly half.
Wow. That's pretty crazy, actually. And I'm totally just giving us a pass. Most of the haven't seen are all clearly old movies.
Yeah.
Like old.
Like first roles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you can tell just from the cover that easily half of those movies are probably from the 90s.
The newest movie that we haven't seen is probably The Mummy and then probably Rock of Ages.
I don't know when Valkyrie came out either. But yeah. Definitely. Most of the others look really pretty old. So
I feel pretty good about. Oh, Lions for Lambs.
I haven't even heard of
Meryl
that.
Streep. Is that Meryl Streep and Tom Cruise?
I can't tell.
Oh,
it does look like her. But yeah, we've seen perfectly half of Tom Cruise's movie library.
It's pretty crazy.
That is pretty crazy. Do you think Maybe like 2025, we'll see them all.
Maybe.
We'll set out to watch all the Tom Cruise movies.
Yeah. Maybe.
Let's make a goal. Why not? But I do feel like they're all not going to be as good as the movies we love.
Yeah.
I am really excited. I do want to watch Interview with a Vampire this fall/winter.
Yes.
Really badly.
We can do that.
That is on the list.
I really want to. I mean, I know we already have movie club, and like that's kind of like a set thing, and so it's gonna be tough to like add in like an additional thing that would be semi like that.
Yeah.
But like, I would love to do like this is like Tarantino in review, and like we watch through all of Tarantino's films,
Yeah.
rank them, go through
fun.
them, you know, like stuff like that.
That'd be fun.
Like I would really love to do something that like combines like this, what we just did, but like also like having like taken the time to make sure that nothing enters the haven't seen section.
Yeah.
But like 44 movies is a lot of movies,
Right.
So that's like that is asking a good bit, right? So it's like almost going by director would be a little bit easier. Christopher Nolan, right?
Yeah.
And like stuff like that would be fun.
Yeah.
But it's tough because we already have like a set thing with like movie club, and I would hate to go too far away from that.
Yeah. No, I agree with what you're saying.
And movie club's tough because like we give ourselves 2 months to watch all the movies, and like 2 months to watch 5 movies is
Isn't
easy,
hard,
but
yeah.
2 months when
it's upwards of 10.
10 is like needed.
Yeah. Yeah.
Even though we're a month out and we've almost watched all the ones, because we can sometimes get ahead, which is good too. So
we have so many Tom Cruise movies to watch, dude. So many.
oh yeah. But yeah, I mean we've talked about wanting to do more tier lists. So I'm looking forward to
Yeah, most of our tier lists so far have been, as we said, holiday related.
Yeah.
Just kind of like finding something around a holiday to rank. Which, you know, Thanksgiving's coming up.
Yeah. It is.
Find something to rank.
Sure is.
Rank this year's Black Friday deals.
We said about doing like a ranking of like all the months.
Yeah, we did for like end of the year.
That'd be fun.
That would be fun.
Yeah, we'll have to think about some other things that would be fun to do with tier rankings, because I think the conversations that can be had with tier ranking can be fun. When you have so many, when you have 44 things to get through, it's a little daunting, so you don't want to spend too much time on anything.
Yeah.
We spent 30 minutes ranking Tom Cruise movies.
That's actually crazy. But that also means we spent like not even a minute per movie talking about it.
Oh,
but
I know.
We also hadn't seen half of them.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I mean, we could have. Well, it also helps that our taste, for the most part, is pretty much the same.
Yeah.
But like, you know, you can really get into it. You can really hash it out, really fight about it, you know?
What is something we would fight about?
Free time activities. Ranking free time activities.
Ooh.
No, we'd agree on those
I was
two.
going to say, I don't think we'd fight about that.
Because S rank would be watching movies / TV. Right?
Over what?
Well, it'd be S tier.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's an S tier activity.
Yeah.
And playing video games would be S tier.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
For you.
Well, see, and now this is where the fight happens.
Great, now we're fighting.
It's absolutely S
tier.
tier.
You had to get all loud and agitated about it.
I'm not getting loud. I'll get loud if you want me to get loud.
Great, now we're fighting.
You wouldn't say video games are S tier?
Do I understand that they're S tier for you?
This is what I'm talking. You're
know,
a
but,
fucking
like,
insane person.
You're insane because
This is
how,
literally
how
what I was
would
just
we-
talking about.
How would we come to the same conclusion?
No fucking shit, Shelby.
Is reading S tier?
That was the joke I was making, you dumb fuck. That was the joke I was making. It was that, oh, obviously we'd agree on that. And then we started, and the joke was supposed to be that we wouldn't agree on them. And you go, yeah, it's S tier for you. Yeah, dude, I get that. My lady's probably like, I want to go outside.
Mm-hmm.
I'm getting nervous.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Our little lady.
But we can't take her out yet.
I know.
Still have a little bit until we can take you out.
There's something really funny. I don't regret. In case you don't know, we adopted Milady. She's been with us for 2 months now.
Mm-hmm.
2 months now, and she's a sweet little girl. She's doing very good, and she just wants to love life and love people and
She really
lay on
does.
people. Like, she is an amazing dog with a fantastic personality. And she is a Velcro dog through and through. But it is really funny that we walked into adopting as like, okay, this is the size we're looking for. This is like blah, blah, blah. And I feel like we did get a size bigger than we mentally intended of dog.
Maybe slightly.
And at points, I'm like, oh my God, you're so big. But also wouldn't change it for the world because she is the sweetest little girl.
I love her so much.
Yeah,
I
me
really
too.
do. She makes me so happy.
Would you say,
But
I like, yeah.
She does this thing where she like licks her chops.
Yeah.
Like she like
It's like if you're sitting in a room with people and everyone's eating something and someone's an exceptionally loud chewer.
It's not even that. It's literally just like
It's that
it's
sensation.
like if you're with somebody who like constantly needs to clear their throat.
Yes.
She basically does that.
Yes.
And it's like one of those things where it's like if you have to clear your throat, you have to clear your throat. But like it's like one of those things where, like once you hear it though, it's like this is the most annoying sound in the world.
It starts to become a pattern. You realize. You realize like it really does feel like she just does it every like 25 minutes.
She does it when she like settles in.
Yeah. But she really likes her chops, and like it's such an obnoxious sound.
It's like it's effectively like going like.
Yeah, but it's so loud and
That's
it
a little
goes for a
different.
really long time. This is an interesting conversation. I think when you get any animal, but especially like adopt, and you have no concept of what you're getting yourself into, would you say day one you were like, I love her, this is my dog? Or would you say it took a week? Would you say it took a month? Would you say?
I don't know when I officially like loved her.
Yeah.
Loved her.
Yeah.
And was like, this is my dog. Probably
Yeah.
took, I don't know. It took a couple weeks.
Yeah.
But I did immediately love her. I did immediately think like she was just like the sweetest girl.
Yes.
But yeah, that's a different than like.
Oh my God, you're my dog.
Yeah.
You're my
Like last night.
You're my little girl.
Last night when I walked her, she slipped out of her freaking collar and
she wormed her way out.
Yeah, I mean, I think my level of fear.
Oh.
I mean, I would have been just as scared like the day we got her if that would have happened. But there was just like it was like ratcheted up because like there's been such more of like a connection that like it gave me so much anxiety. I picked her up so fucking fast. Like she could have slipped out and just turned and like started peeing, and like I would have picked her up mid pee because I was freaking the fuck out. Yeah. And like I scooped her up so fast, and she is not light.
No.
She's a big girl. She's probably like 35 pounds or so.
She's like a medium to large size dog.
But she's got a big body too, so it's like she's not easy to carry really. And she probably was like, "What the fuck is going on?" She wasn't gonna run.
Yeah.
But like I had so much fear in that moment that I scooped her up so fast and ran back to the door.
You did.
And I didn't even have time to pick up her shit, obviously, so I had to like run back out. I dropped her and was just like, she slipped out, and then I left and went to pick up her poop.
Yeah.
Thankfully, I wasn't far away from the door either, or else I would have been like Dustin Hoffman in Kramer versus Kramer
Oh my God, yeah.
movie club movie.
When your
carrying
kid
my
falls
kid
off the playground.
from the playground to the hospital. I would have been
Yeah.
like that. Or I would have been like Dwayne The Rock Johnson in The Game Plan, a movie
Mm,
we haven't watched for Movie Club because that wasn't nominated for jack shit. Maybe a Kids' Choice Award.
probably. Yeah. I really thought about it, and I feel like you said, I loved her from day one because she's a very sweet girl, and you could tell that immediately.
It's gotten to the point that like if something were to happen to her, my emotional connection to her is so much more ratcheted up that it would impact me and hit me harder than
Absolutely.
previously.
Absolutely.
It's like one of those types.
Yeah. I can't remember like what
Stop
day
licking.
because it doesn't matter. But I would say for me it took about a month where then I just realized I looked down at her and I was like, "Oh my God, you're my dog."
Yeah.
Like I was like, "You're my little
You also
girl."
had dogs, so I feel like that also maybe was like a little more difficult of a
Yes.
connection to be
Yeah.
made.
Yeah.
Um,
It's like the fear I now have having Grogu or a cat. I'm afraid I can never love another cat, which I know
Yeah.
isn't true.
it's not.
It's not true. But like that's my fear. So I think you're right
But
because
you probably felt a connection to Grogu quicker than I did.
probably
Much like
yeah,
I felt a connection to Milady probably a little
Probably.
quicker than you.
probably.
Because I never had a dog. You did have cats, but like you didn't
I
have
didn't.
cats.
I didn't. It's a long story, but I didn't. My family tried having cats and it just really never panned out for us. We were not a cat family. So, yeah. I know I do. It is very funny. You know, people talk about like your soul animal and everything like that. And there might always
I'm off camera because Milady's pushing me.
be that like one animal that like sticks out to you as like kind of the best animal you've ever had. And I do have a small part of me that is like, I love Milady with my whole heart, but I don't think she'll ever be like the dog I had as a child. You know what I mean? Like there's that.
Sure.
Which isn't a knock against her. It's just like I will forever treasure like having grown up with my childhood dog that again, Milady is my baby, but there is something different about it.
Yeah, I mean, I think Milady and Grogu both are going to have such a special spot for me. Like Grogu is my favorite cat I've ever had.
Yeah.
And even though like growing up we had one cat that had like such great
Okay.
personality, but Grogu is just like it's because like I've had him now for as long as
And
we have.
he is
and
our
like, he's
cat.
ours.
Yeah.
And yeah, like it. I do stand by, or I stand with you in the thought process of like, no cat that we own is probably going to be better.
No.
You know, because like they were our first.
Yeah.
And
maybe in a year I might be able to say I feel different, like stronger about Milady in terms of like again the way I treasure my childhood dog over.
By
like,
the time
memories
Milady
of that.
dies, you will probably think Milady's better than your childhood dog.
Yeah, probably. Probably. No, I really do. I look at Grogu and I go, I know this isn't true. I can never have another cat. Like another cat will never compare to having you.
No, because
Ever.
there's honestly, this is the great thing about Grogu is that there's a real chance that whatever next cat we have is going to be better than Grogu
No,
in
I
terms
know.
of being not a piece of shit.
I know, but I'll miss that.
To a degree,
I'll be like,
for sure.
Why isn't this cat beating me
But
up?
when the cat is just laying on you constantly, you're gonna be like, no, this is better. This is better. Grogu's still my favorite, but like this is better.
Yeah, Grogu will forever live in my heart. He is my best friend. But
Grogu is your best friend for sure.
He is my best friend. I love him more than anything.
Like, yeah. And he's always hanging out with you. Yeah, there's definitely like a great connection there.
Yeah. He's my sous chef.
Yep.
He's my
yeah.
my sewing partner.
He to a degree is kind of your shadow. He will follow you to whatever room you're in and just hang out in that room with you.
I know, I love him so
He doesn't
much.
really like, you know, because he's not a cuddler. So like, but yeah, he's
I know.
great.
He's my best friend. So yeah,
He keeps you company.
he does, which I love. That's what I loved about my dogs growing up, was that they're both Velcro dogs.
Mm-hmm.
And they have to be in the room that you're in, normally in your way, which is very dog-like. That can be both of them. But like I think whenever she's a little bit better and like has more run of the home, you know she'll be in any room that we're in.
Oh, for sure.
Any room. She's just not allowed in all the rooms yet.
Yeah. Yep.
Which she looks at you very sad as you walk away from her.
I will say too, she's actually been getting better about being like a couch, like
Yes.
lap in air quotes dog, where like
Yes.
she will be like connected to you.
Mhm.
She'll be in contact with you,
She's
but she
settling
will
better.
lie.
She's
She will
settling
just
better.
lie. Normally it takes her like pacing back and forth over me a couple of times and stepping right on my cock and balls, but all 4 times with each of her paws.
Uh-huh.
But you know, we've been over it. I like to be dominated, so Shelby steps on my balls like twice a month, so
I've actually not been having to anymore because my lady does it daily.
I thought you were about to be like, I've actually never stepped on your balls, and I was gonna be like, Shelby.
You're like, second joke, you absolutely
Yeah, really?
bombed.
I didn't realize this is what we were doing now. Just ruining the bit.
I'm so sorry. Yes, well, once you've done the best bit ever, you can't do a bit ever again. I have to now deconstruct every bit.
What's the best bit ever?
100 minutes.
For for the 100th episode?
Yeah.
I don't know if it's the best bit ever, but it's one of our best bits on this podcast.
It's one of our best bits on this bit.
What is, I mean, I guess like, all right, obviously things just will like come to us. And so like, you can never truly like be certain, but like, what's something else you want to try and do with the podcast?
I have no
like,
idea.
Is there another thing like, cause for, you know, we've done it to like certain degrees and stuff, but like, I love doing comparison things.
Me too.
Like ranking things or like comparing two things to one another
I
is
really
like so much fun. I really like it because you get to like sit there and analyze only 2 things, or you know, for movie club we analyze 8 movies to 10 movies
Yeah.
at most.
Yeah.
That can be a little bit much, but like I love being able to just sit there and be like, with movie club it's like this was given like a definitive best, and I love to sit there and be like, do I agree with like that? And then also I can sit here and rank them.
Yeah.
From wherever, right?
100%.
And when it comes to like when we compared like chicken places, right? Like that was just stupid and fun. And like when we compare
I like still talk about that.
Yeah.
Like people will talk about like a fast food and I'll be like, "Oh, hey, I always say for fun. I never say for a podcast because it's something we would have freaking done regardless of recording or not." Like yeah, regardless.
What's another thing that we did?
Like on the podcast?
Yeah, we did something else that was like, you counted everything.
Yeah, I counted all of our
And like
belongings.
sometimes you'll say that.
I tell people that. And I go, they're like, why? Like that's always people's first question. I was like, oh, for fun.
Because you would have done it regardless of the podcast.
I would have done it. Yeah, no, like I'm being serious. Like it really was for fun.
But if you want to listen to a full breakdown.
But I turned it in. Yeah. And then I forget what episode that was, but I made a whole Excel spreadsheet breaking down all of our belongings and who owns what and the categories and everything. Yeah, I still talk about that. And
yeah.
People are like, why? I was just like, it's fun. It's stupid. It's who cares?
Is there another thing you want to do, like comparisons? I mean, I know we're talking about, we haven't even talked about it yet. We want to make our own oat milk.
Yeah, we want to really, so this was going to, I've had notes that I can never decide how to make it work in a podcast. I want to start somehow bringing in food more, like making food.
I've always wanted to do that stuff, but
yeah,
you normally
because
don't.
I'm
because
struggling to like how it's gonna come in.
Well, because what I want to do is I want to buy a pack of Coca-Cola Oreos.
No.
And Oreo Coke.
That's not what I want to do.
And do the taste test.
No, because we're gonna buy it and then immediately throw it away.
And that's why
dumb.
You don't want to do it. But I want to do it because I want to like try these things and be like,
I'd rather go to like a cool like Asian store or a very specific store
racist.
And like try snacks, not the dumb shit Oreo and Coca-Cola, who I fucking bet at this point Coca-Cola owns Oreo. Like I don't want that dumb shit.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not saying never, but I'm just like, we're gonna hate it. Like, we're gonna hate it.
We did Coke and coffee that one time,
which was garbage.
I know.
That was like the worst $6 we've ever spent.
I guess more so like I'm not saying like necessarily Coke, the specific thing, but like it's that general idea that when it blows up to the level that the general public is like, yes, this should be a thing in perpetuity.
Yeah.
That's the moment where I'm like, I want to try it and be like, wow, the general public should stop.
I'm not going to say never because I'm sure there are moments.
I'm not saying we have to do it for everything.
Yeah.
But
Also, when I say food, like I find it I've had a note on my thing forever that literally is like, what food should we be making and what food should we be buying?
Yep.
And like that line is different for every human on this
Yeah.
planet. So there's no
I
answer.
mean, we got
But
into it a little
that
bit with like the bread.
topic, yeah, like we talked about the bread and you're talking about we want to make oat milk in the next like short period of our lives, whenever the hell that is. Like that topic is very interesting to me and not in really the like organic, all that topic of it, but just
Mhm.
like honestly, like sometimes it is just like better and it's probably cheaper
Mhm.
or